Hello to all my knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Who? Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another phenomenal video. And this is another exciting and exhilarating topic, I guess you could say. And it's basically, I call it the two roads. You know, like there'll be, or crossroads they call them. You know what I'm saying? But when you grow and mature in your life and you get older, there will be certain times in your life when you're going to face a crossroad. You know, that's deciding between what you want to do with your life, the direction of your life, and how you want your life to be for you. A reflection of your goals and dream, basically, in your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by crossroads. Something you have to make the decision. Are you going to go on the path of positivity, of growth, of unknown? You know, paving the way yourself, you know, to have your own life of your dreams. You know what I'm saying? That's what God is calling all of us to do. Are you going to take the road of the least resistance, the comfort zone, the familiarity, working for someone else, you know, the typical average life? You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you are a powerful, beautiful, breathtaking creation of God. Sometimes in life, we are not taught to believe in ourselves to the degree that God needs us to believe in, so we can begin our journey with Him, which is to everlasting life, not only physically but spiritually. You know what I'm saying? And that's what keeps a lot of people close-minded and small, and that's why they stay programmed in this small, controlled life. You get what I'm saying? But when you start walking by God and by faith, and you start believing in yourself and where He's taking you, those doors that you thought was closed, or the things that you always wanted, that you thought you would never have, become a possibility for you, because now you have taken power back from what used to keep you from becoming the greatness, or becoming that person, that entrepreneur, that leader, that motivational speaker, that helper, that doctor, that nurse. You know, it begins to open all those doors that you thought was not possible for you. Because when we was kids, we used to believe about so many beautiful things, and a lot of these things we have accomplished or have made possible in our life as we grew up. You know what I'm saying? But as you get older into your adult years, there's like this transitioning that you kind of get, like, you know, kind of like molded, and you get like complacent, you get comfortable, and kind of like in a security that is not really a security. You get what I'm saying? But that's like the point of like society in the programming, is to keep people small instead of having you become the person God created you to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important for you to understand that when you hit those crossroads in your life, make sure that you're taking life by your own terms. You get what I'm saying? You're living your life what God is telling you to live. And that life may not be the life that you thought of, or that, you know, that you dreamed of, or that could have been something that other people may not understand or see. You know, sometimes you gotta be very conscious of like how are you like talking to yourself in your mind. Because sometimes, even with myself, I catch myself, like, if I was gonna do something, for some reason my mind automatically resort to like, oh, like it's something like, how would I appear to others, or like caring about realistic opinions. You know, but I'm like, I don't care about that. What's important about me accomplishing my goals and dreams that God is calling me to become, you know, not letting little things keep me or hinder me from having fun, living the life of my dream, becoming the leader God created me to be, becoming closer with God, and that relationship and the spirituality within myself. You get what I'm saying? It's not about anybody's opinions or approval. It's about what God said. It's about His approval, His love, where He's taking me. You get what I'm saying? Because that in the midst of that, you will gain confidence, and people will see that growth, that change, and they will come to you and ask you, oh, like, how are you doing all these things, and all you can do is turn around and be like, that was just God, and I listened to what God was calling me to do. Sometimes people are intimidated because they really don't know what God has in store for them, which is actually a beautiful and a breathtaking journey. But because we overthink and overanalyze, and, you know, take people's false opinions of things that has nothing to do with you, you make all these critical decisions for your life based off unrealistic evidence. You get what I'm saying? And that's what hinders so many people, is fear and unrealistic evidence of opinions that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because if people don't have the fruit on the tree, they cannot give you information on how to do something. You know, because the results would talk for themselves. You know, action speaks for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So people can say all they want, but if they don't have that in their life, how can you really validate what they're saying for you before you make a firm decision in your life? And that's the same thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned so much by God's amazing grace, and through my journey and through my mentors and coaches and my own business endeavors, it's just like really being that mature person and really understanding the information and dissecting it, digesting it, and then going from there, allowing God to influence your next step. You get what I'm saying? That's why God wants you to have a relationship with Him, so He can help direct your path. And that's what His word said. He said, lean on Him and He will direct your path. He will guide you where you need to go. And sometimes that where you're going, all those people you have such a comfort level with might not be on that journey. You have to be independent. That's what leaders do. They leave the pack in order to achieve something great, so when they go back, they can lead their people. You get what I'm saying? Just like what Jesus did. You know, He came to save His people. He led the way. You get what I'm saying? So He didn't let nothing keep Him from where God was taking Him in His journey. You know, and that's the same thing with us. You know what I'm saying? There's so much beauty in the world. There's so much more to your life. There's so much more to your gift and talent. But if you keep limiting yourself, then your reality is just a limitation of a false belief that you have. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to understand that your mind is very powerful. You can either be a master to it or a slave to it. But you have to make that conscious effort. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get up every day and make those choices. You know, this is why it's so critical. When you face those crossroads in your life, you have to allow God to guide you and trust Him. And He will lead you the way. He will not steer you wrong. You understand what I'm telling you? You have to be brave, courageous. You have to be dedicated, determined, and have fun in the process, trusting Him. That's the most beautiful thing. It's like when you have trust in God and that belief, all those worries, all those doubts, those fears, they just poof, they disappear. They just disappear because now you're trusting God, and God, since He will never fail you, He will fill you up with so much of His presence, His joy, His love, His comfort, the excitement, that all those things that you were stressing about do not exist anymore. They do not belong in a world where God is taking you. You know, that's why you have to walk by faith, by belief. If you read all these self-help books, they're all based on Bible verses. If you start an entrepreneur journey, every information that you learn is about how people overcame the fear, the doubts, the not knowing, because they trusted their God. You know what I'm saying? Or God, excuse me, God. You know, Jesus. They trusted Him. They believed in Him. They went. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand that in order for you to achieve the impossible, you have to believe that it's possible to achieve the impossible. Because even the word is said, I'm possible. You know what I'm saying? So God makes all things possible through Him who gives Him strength. So what that is telling you. So when you are facing any crossroads in your life, trust God, seek His white counsel, and He will never fail you, leave you, or forsake you at all. But like I said, all my videos, I love you. God bless you. I thank you. Comment, like, and subscribe, share. You already know, take the world by storm. And remember, choose the destiny God has for you, because it will lead to an everlasting life. I love you. To my next one. Peace.